What's up, Nova family? We're so excited today to be here with Oscar, and he is going to tell us all about his involvement in the Nova Open. So, Oscar, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, I am a business owner. I own my company called Oscar Lars Painting Studio. It's a studio where I do commissions for clients. I also work as a consultant for color schemes and paint jobs. I teach classes and I teach private classes. And I also make tutorials that are free for everybody on YouTube.
Very nice. So, how long have you had your studio?
So I have been working as a commission painter for a little over a decade now.
Wow.
But just last year, I decided to commit to actually starting up an LLC called Oscar Lars Painting Studio.
Okay. Yeah. So, when did you get involved with the Nova Open?
I got involved, I think my first convention was 2017. And then last year was the first year that I actually donated something to the charity raffle, or I don't recall which one it was, but and then also teaching classes at Nova.
Okay, very cool. So will you also be donating for the charity raffle this year as well?
I'm looking into and seeing if that's something I can do, because I doubled my hours in teaching classes, and I have gotten a lot busier as I've taken on an apprentice in my shop.
Wow.
But I would love to donate something, so we are currently looking into what we could do with that.
Very cool. So what will you be teaching at the Nova Open this year?
I will be teaching two classes. One is the same class that I taught last year, which is how to paint non-metallic metal for Army. So it's a more sort of slimmed down, bare minimum version of what you might see us in terms of non-metallic metal. So it's conducted in a way that you could apply it to an army. So you have 50, 60 to 100 models that would be painted in this kind of technique. And last year was very successful. So we decided to do another set of those again to allow for more people to get the chance to take that class. And then I'm also teaching another class, which is a new concept, which is called How to Pop Your Tabletop, which allows...
name, okay.
It's a pretty good name. It was my girlfriend who came up with it. Very, very excited about that name. But it's a class that is focused around helping people to find better ways to use color, how to figure out what technique to apply where in a more efficient way so that you can get better results in your sort of tabletop army that you're painting by yourself at the same amount of time that you would normally put into it.
Very nice.
There's someone that I know pretty well, and he'll always talk about how the model itself, you know, if you do a great job on the model itself, that's one thing, but everyone always forgets to put the work into the base. And so he's always like, remember, you have to put the work into the base. And my response to that is, you know, it's all about the base. And so it's all about that base. But see, I think that that's a great, I know, I had to go there. But anyway, so I think the concept of making your tabletop pop also, I love that. I love that
that's
idea.
Really clever.
So great.
So would that be a good class for someone who is maybe just starting out with a new army?
Yeah, so I'm trying to structure that class to be very, very inclusive. I would not necessarily recommend people who are painting display pieces or very good painters to maybe take that class, but I do encourage everybody from beginners to more you know, intermediate painters to take that class, because I think that I have a lot of things to teach people about color theory, especially, and how to utilize time efficiently as you're painting along, because I do know that there's a lot of people who want to put in the time to paint your army, but they doesn't necessarily have all the time because they got children or they have a job that's very demanding. So having the right tools and the right strategies and having easy to go to recipes for reds and blues and things like that can very much make the difference between if you finish painting your army in 6 months or whether it takes you a year.
I feel like you made that class for me. I need to take your class.
Me too.
I am so not great at time management, and and getting things done. I have the same thing sitting over there that needs to be painted for probably a couple of months now. So I'm not great on time management. So you may see me in your class.
That would be great. I would love to have you.
Awesome. So Oscar, what is your absolute favorite part of the Nova Open?
I love, honestly, I love the atmosphere. I think that it's a very friendly atmosphere there. I know that the people working at Nova Open, so the people that you might run into at the front desk, or the people that are running around, the people who are running events, all of them and me as well with teaching classes are donating that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily that we're working for money. We are actually putting this into the convention because we love what it stands for, and we love to see people come and enjoy their time.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my favorite part of the convention. I do have to say that I play in the Age of Sigmar tournaments.
Nice.
I have been for quite some time. And I really think that what they're doing with those tournaments and those events are very, very good. They're definitely pushing the edge on the terrain that they're building for the events, and the organizers are very good. They listen to the feedback that they get. They are not stubborn. They want to improve for not just for themselves and efficiently for running the events, but also for the participants that come to it. So I really think that that's one of my favorite parts as well.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I know one of the organizers that we talked to specifically this past year, he was talking about how, you know, if you're a seasoned player or if you're just a new person wanting to try something out, any of these like spaces are great for you to come in, because someone, you know, who's a seasoned player would love to teach you something. And so I totally agree with you. I think it's a great place for any kind of gamer. Like if you're a beginner or if you're a seasoned player, you always see people having fun. You never really hear any really negativity or anything like that. And I think that that's one of the best parts about Nova. It's just everyone is so happy and positive and glad to be there and just have some fun. And then we get to hang out in the Founders Lounge at the end of the day.
That's right. All right, Oscar. Well, how can people find you and follow you in the meantime between now and the Nova Open?
Yeah, so I try to be pretty present on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is a little newer for me. I decided to start making tutorials, I think it was about a year or so ago. And now I'm working with a film editor from Netherlands, Martin Kramer, who is very, very important to what's being done on that channel. And I only give him a credit at the end of the video, but he is really the glue that holds my shit show together. So we are.
Ethan's my glue.
Right.
That holds me together.
It's good to have people like that for sure.
I agree.
No, but where they can find me is very simple. It's just Oscar Lars. It's my nickname on all of the 3 channels. So on Twitter, it's just twitter.com/OscarLars. And Instagram, it's instagram.com/OscarLars. And on YouTube, it's youtube.com/OscarLars. So it's very easy to find wherever I am. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So I'm sure tons of people will be checking out your tutorials. Oscar, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always so good to get to talk to people who have a passion for the Nova Open and the Nova Open Charitable Foundation and all the great things that foundation is doing around the world. So thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you at the Nova Open.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.